So how has uh college been like since the pandemic hit? Like, were you able to go back to school, or you just home until this thing dies down?
Yeah, so this semester they actually gave us an option to come in person or to stay home.
Okay.
And so I talked to with mom, and she was like, probably just good to stay home for this semester and wait it out because it was still during that time where cases weren't bad, but they were steadily growing, and
Yeah.
so there's like this might be an unsafe situation. So I was like, you know what, I don't really have that many classes that would be affected with me being home, so I'll just stay home. But at the start of the pandemic, school was rough. Not to say that this semester wasn't, but transitioning from being in person and having that type of like in-person learning, and then switching to completely online, where I'm having to structure my own schedule, wake up, watch videos, and learn from that.
Yeah.
Steep learning curve. It was not super successful at it. I definitely went strong for like 2 weeks, and then after that, the motivation and me staying on top of my assignments just petered off. This semester, I think because I only have like one format of learning, I was able to be more successful. It's still hard to have my own self discipline, because that's not something that that's necessarily required when you're going in person, because all you're responsible is for homework. But since you're home with classes, you're responsible for learning, attending classes, and also doing homework. So it's been a learning curve, to say the least.
Are they being more lenient on students due to the fact that a lot of you guys are learning from home, and like you guys can't have that face-to-face interaction with the professors? Like, are they kind of curving grades, or not being as strict with turning in assignments and stuff like that?
I think for the most part, there is definitely an expectation to be lenient. But of course, you have those some professors who are not as understanding, unfortunately, of students' situation. I'm thankful the teachers that I have are super understanding. So if I've ever had to be late on an assignment or needed extra time, or we were able to talk about it and work it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And besides the professors, like, how was the school accommodated you during this time?
Yeah. So one thing I guess I can say, definitely in the technology sense, the school has been pretty supportive, because I had my own laptop coming into the semester, and for whatever reason, it kind of like crashed on me, and I was like, kind of hard to do school online and not have a working computer.
Yeah.
But they had a tech grant at the beginning of the semester. It basically was like, if anybody needs any like technical support, reach out to us. And so I did, and I was basically able to get a loaner computer almost next day. So that was awesome, because like I don't have to worry about not being able to attend class and not be part of this semester. So
Now you say you're doing international studies too, right?
mm-hmm.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong. With international studies, don't you have to like travel also?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so is that during your senior year, most likely, or do you are you supposed to do it like every year, like during your travel?
So before the pandemic hit, I was actually scheduled to travel abroad this upcoming spring. I was supposed to go to Italy. But since, then with Italy being one of the hardest hit places, and as well as, at the start of the semester, we weren't sure if, Europe was going to close its borders to, US travel. It was just a lot of uncertainty. I had to push back my travel plans. So we're hoping for spring of senior year, because I have some classes I need to take in the fall, but that's still up in the air. I'm not sure when I'll be able to study abroad, because it is a part of my major. Like, it's a requirement for international studies. So I don't know.
Man, that's crazy. Golly.